They call that a dirty Sanchez. That's not like, I don't know why I'm talking about dark sexual shit with y'all, but I mean, it just was shocking stuff that I learned, man. Like, it kind of fucked me up when I was a kid. You ever had those moments when you're a little kid and you discover something sexual and you feel crazy? Yo, I'll never forget the first porno mag that I've ever read or gotten. I was in the 7th grade, right? My friend Christian, I'm not even going to say his last name. I remember his last name. He was one of my best friends, right? But I remember back in those days, it was like I was a good boy, you know? I've always been a really, really good boy in school and all that, you know? Hey, listen, man, I focused on my studies. But I remember one day he bought this damn magazine to class, right? And he was showing the pages to me, and as I was only in the 7th grade, and I was like, what is this? Like, what's that stuff coming out of him? And he was like, dude, you don't know? And I was like, no, what? What is it? He's like, that's cum. And I'm just like, cum? And he's like, yeah, all men have that. You have it in you too. I'm like, I was shocked. I was horrified. I was mortified. I was like, why is that a thing? That's so disgusting. Like, why is I'm not, listen, man, this might be a little TMI for y'all, but as a young lad growing up, I discovered sex in the craziest way possible, man. And I even, in class at one point, I thought that sex and intercourse were two separate things. I thought you could have sex without intercourse. It's a long story. I don't want to go too deep into detail. We're supposed to be playing seat tight, but I mean, damn. I had some naive-ass moments when I was a little kid, man. I wish I could fucking go back and change that, man. I must have looked like a goddamn dumbass. Fuck my life. Yo, dude, I didn't believe it. At that time, I didn't know about ejaculation. I didn't know about orgasm and sperm and semen and all that. So it was just like, I read this. Imagine reading a book with no context, and you see a dude shooting white lines on a woman's face. It was an eye-opener, and I'll never forget that shit, man. Shout out to you, Christian. That was a damn good mag. He let me take that shit home. I wasn't even masturbating. That's how naive I was to it. I just had the magazine. I was just like, wow, this is crazy. How are they doing this? And I think like maybe 2 months after I masturbated for the first time. It was the most ridiculous shit, bro. I don't know why I'm sharing this with y'all. Maybe it's because I ain't got nothing better to do. We have Bobo coming back in saying, since you are talking about sex, how old were you when you first found out where babies come from? It was around the same time. Like, I mean, it was like I was 14 years old. A lot of that stuff was sort of like kept away because my mom, she was a good mom. You know, she was able to keep me away from all that perverted shit. But of course, going to a damn school where other young men are, yeah, it was gonna come out eventually, bro. And I remember it was around the same time when I started masturbating, when I started fucking watching porno, reading pornos, motherfucking looking up shit. Man, then it all came together. It was like a goddamn revelation. And next thing you know, it was like boom, that's where babies come from. It was a fucking listen. It happened eventually, bro. I think it happened relatively late for me. Maybe some of y'all niggas, you had to experience that shit earlier. Unfortunately, hey, look, I know if I ever have a child, if I ever have a son, an offspring, a little nigga, I am going to ensure that he knows about everything by like 16. 16's a good age, you know? Although I feel like they would discover it themselves. Boy, you learned at 14. Yeah, okay, I'm a little bit of a late bloomer, you know? That's just how it is, man. I've accepted the shit. You niggas need to do so too. I know that's late. I'm reading the car. Yeah, I know. But I mean, you were age 10? How do you find out about it at age 10? I mean, what? Alex, be real with me.
Okay, I'll be real with you.
What?
What?
How old were you when you first discovered the birds and the bees and all that other stuff? Like, when did you discover that that's how it really went down?
12, 13.
12, 13. Okay.
Yeah,
Not like 14, like 12, you think? Like a young, you were young.
Yeah, I was like, how old are you in like 6th grade? I was around that.
6th grade? I was in like the 7th, 8th grade.
So like later.
Like 14, almost 15. When I learned like, how? I don't, dude, it was.
I mean, we're from different eras.
Yeah.
I had more internet.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I
the
mean?
internet. Yeah, okay.
Let's think about that.
Yeah. That's something to consider. Yeah, all right, yeah. You know, I didn't have the internet back then. We did?
We are a different generation.
Yeah, but it wasn't as advanced as like it is, you know, back. Well, at least when you were in that grade.
You want to know a confession right now? You guys
What?
want to know a confession?
I want to know a confession.
If we're getting all dirty and weird,
Yeah,
right
let's
now,
get them
because on my stream. Yo, Toe, what's good, by the way?
Yeah, man. Let's hear the secrets, motherfucker.
No, when I was young in middle school and I was discovering stuff, I used to browse for stuff on my Nintendo DS.
Really? Wait, there's a browser on that?
The Nintendo DSi was like the first one to have a browser on it. It was so bad. So bad, dude. But I remember sitting there, low-key, Google Images, Megan Fox.
Wow.
Oh.
With the stylus in one hand.
With the stylus.
And the stylus in the other
Boy,
hand.
okay, I don't know.
What the fuck? Bro, someone said everyone did that. Yo, everyone did that. Megan Fox, they say, yo, listen, man. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit, bro. My mom used to get like these fashion magazines. She used to get these fashion magazines, and they'd be coming in through the mail, right? And they'd be like, oh, look at these new looks for the season. My dumb, young, horny ass used to get the fashion magazines and go through the pages to the swimsuit section. And I'd be like, ooh. The JC Penney, this dude that used to be my shit. I'd be like, wow. Please don't tell me that I was the only one that did that. I know y'all must have done that shit, bro. Please, be real with me. Same? Yes, exactly. Anna Cross, thank you. Be real. I did that shit when I was young, bro. I was like looking through, I was like, oh, she, oh, God. Some of y'all might still do that shit now, nigga. Yo, EW Network, don't what's going on? Hold on a second, bro. We have waifu in here saying, bro, the first time that I had sex, I forgot to take my do-rag off. And we had a pregnancy scare. That was the scariest shit of my life. I hope you're having fun in Vegas, dog. Once again, another instance as to where those two sentences do not correlate to me. How in the fuck does a do-rag staying on during sex equate to you possibly getting somebody pregnant? Okay, listen, have you ever used your do-rag as a condom? No, so therefore that shouldn't have anything to do with it. You transitioned like it did. Well, hopefully it didn't, man. Listen, I be sleeping with a do-rag too. I fucked in a do-rag before. Yo, as a matter of fact, one of the girls, well, I shouldn't say one of them. I mean, like, the times I've had sex before, they be like, oh, I like the do-rag, it's hot. You're like a hood nigga.